Hello everyone, this is Louis Model. So today we're going to look at a steam engine from United Kingdom. We're also going to compare it to other similar model. And also, I'm going to tell you about the production run of this one because I think it's both interesting and also a proof that even if you've got a great model, well, things may not turn out the way that you thought they would. So, the model itself is this. It's a Kernow Model Rail Center exclusive GWR Class 1361 Saddle Tank. So the product code is K2205, the running number 1365, and it's in British Railway black late crest livery, and this one is weathered. So there's nothing else on the box to see. So I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna look at what's inside. So first of all, packaging, really nice packaging. I like those very hard box. The smaller manufacturer, they seems to do a lot with this. Hard box and foam, and model tends to be very well protected. So what do we have in here? So first of all, we've got the instruction sheet. I'm not gonna say manual because it's just one sheet. So on this side, you've got things related to how the model works. On that side, you've got the history of the model. So things that were quite nice about this one is that for each model that they sold, they sent a £5 donation up to a restoration of one of them. And I think that they're not the only one doing that kind of stuff, but this is really good for the heritage. So that's for this. Now, second part is this here. On one side, not really interesting. You've got a list of all the parts in there. On the other side, you've got the exploded view, and boy, does this one has a lot of parts, especially in the running gears here. So what you can see here, just by looking at this, I can see that, well, every single wheel is independently driven, and that these things here are just for show. So let's get out of the screen with this. Now, before I open this up, I gotta tell you, this model, the 1361, was made by two companies. This is the better model of the two. However, what the other did actually had an impact on this. So let me open this up so you can see the weathered version of it. And there it is. So in terms of detail pack, what do we have? Well, there's this one here that comes with most of the Kernow exclusive, which is a set of tools. And we have a second detail bag that comes in the model block of ice right here. Mainly lamps, vacuum pipes, and screw link. So, Kernow is, as a few people know, one of the store I really like. I think they've got tremendous customer service and their prices are great. They've decided to commission this to a company that used to be called DJ Model. And look at it. It really looks like it's beaten up. I mean, the weathering on it is very, very good. So I was telling you that DJ Model was supposed to build this. Well, I say everything in the past tense because DJ Model almost went bankrupt while they were producing this, and actually went bankrupt at the end of production run or shortly after. So let me just show it a bit up close. So Kernow actually had to contact the Chinese manufacturer of this to finish the production run. They had all the toolings, they had everything. And by the time they released this, another company called Heljan released their 1361 class. I had one of them. You know what happened to it? It burned. It literally burned. So now back to this model. I just want to point out that there is so many little intricate details. If you look right here, there's a pipe, and that pipe is independently fitted. There is so much little details on this one. The Heljan one that I had was nowhere near good looking at this. So it does feature sprung buffer on all four corners, obviously, and regular NEM pockets on both sides. All-wheel powered, all-wheel drive. Something, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but they've also weathered the coupling themselves. It really looks rough, and I really kind of like it because of that. So Kernow went all in with this model. On top of having this one, they also made this one here. You can look at it more closely following the link that's going to be on top there or in the description if you can't see it. So they made many versions of this one, also including this one here. If we take a real close look at those, all of them are slightly different. They had a tooling that was allowed them to make 6 different versions of this, and they actually did 6 of them. I own 3 of them. There's also the 1362 and the 1363, which I do not own, and they were able to make every single one of them. Now, why is this such a big thing? There were only 5 in real life. So they were able, with one tooling, to create all 5 with their distinctive features. So what happened between the Heljan and the Kernow model? So the Kernow model was supposed to be sold at 129 pounds. Well, the Heljan was so bad that they actually had to dump them at a very, very low cost. So Kernow was stuck with them. So on top of having to finish the production by themselves, they actually had to do a fire sale on them and discount them to be able to sell them because Heljan failed. And mind you, both models were reviewed, compared, and the Kernow model always came out on top because it is a very fantastic model. In terms of mechanism, this one has a coreless motor. In terms of realism, they're all different. All the locomotive. So I really hope that at some point these are going to be more appreciated by people. They are a hidden gem. Believe it or not, I was able to get this one under 60 pounds. The only difference with the Heljan where the Heljan was actually a bit better is in terms of weight. This one weighs 141 pounds, while the Heljan was much heavier than this. It had a die-cast running board, and this one is all plastic. But since my Heljan model, which was in this livery by the way, caught fire, and these are still pretty much alive, well, I think that this is also a good reason why they're better. So what do you think about this? What do you think that Kernow should have done? Was it a good idea for them to reduce the price as much as they did to be able to sell them? Do you own one of the Heljan ones? Did it cut fire for you? Sure did for me. Please write in the comments if you have any stories you want to share, or if you own any of them. As for everything, I really like this model. I hope it's gonna be appreciated one day for what it is. And to everybody who's been listening, I wish you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Leeway Model out.